gentlemen, the President of the United States.
It is time for America to take the next steps. Today I announce a new plan to explore space and extend a human presence across our solar system. We will begin the effort quickly, using existing programs and personnel. We will make steady progress. One mission, one voyage, one landing at a time. Our second goal is to develop and test a new spacecraft, the Crew Exploration Vehicle, by 2008 and to conduct the first manned mission no later than 2014.
By 2008 and to conduct the first manned mission no later than 2014. No later than 2014.
The Crew Exploration Vehicle will be capable of ferrying astronauts and scientists to the space station after the shuttle is retired. But the main purpose of this spacecraft will be to carry astronauts beyond our orbit to other worlds. Our third goal is to return to the moon by 2020. As the launching point for missions beyond. Beginning no later than 2008, we will send a series of robotic missions to the lunar surface to research and prepare for future human exploration. Using the Crew Exploration Vehicle, we will undertake extended human missions to the moon as early as 2015. Using the Crew Exploration Vehicle, we will undertake extended human missions to the moon as early as 2015. With the goal of living and working there for increasingly extended periods of time. Returning to the moon is an important step for our space program. Establishing an extended human presence on the moon could vastly reduce the cost of further space exploration, making possible ever more ambitious missions. Also, the moon is home to abundant resources. Its soil contains raw materials that might be harvested. And processed into rocket fuel or breathable air. We can use our time on the moon to develop and test new approaches and technologies and systems that will allow us to function in other more challenging environments. The moon is a logical step toward further progress and achievement. With the experience and knowledge gained on the moon, we will then be ready to take the next steps of space exploration, human missions to Mars and to worlds beyond. Robotic missions will serve as trailblazers, the advance guard to the unknown. Probes, landers, and other vehicles of this kind continue to prove their worth, sending spectacular images and vast amounts of data back to Earth. Yet the human thirst for knowledge ultimately cannot be satisfied by even the most vivid pictures or the most detailed measurements. We need to see and examine and touch for ourselves. And only human beings are capable of adapting to the inevitable uncertainties posed by space travel. As our knowledge improves, we'll develop new power generation, propulsion, life support, and other systems that can support more distant travels. We do not know where this journey will end, yet we know this: human beings are headed into the cosmos. The vision I outlined today is a journey, not a race.
Not a race.
We choose to explore space because doing so improves our lives and lifts our national spirit. So let us continue the journey.
I want to start off by saying, Houston, we have a problem. We're entering a second generation of no progress in terms of human flight in space. In fact, we've regressed. We stand a very big chance of losing our ability to inspire our youth to go out and continue this very important thing that we as a species have always done, and that is instinctively we've gone out and climbed over difficult places, went to more hostile places, and found out later, maybe to our surprise, that that's the reason we survived. And I feel very strongly that it's not good enough for us to have generations of kids that think that it's okay to look forward to a better version of a cell phone with a video in it. They need to look forward to exploration. They need to look forward to colonization. They need to look forward to breakthroughs. They need to look forward to exploration. They need to look forward to colonization. They need to look forward to breakthroughs. They need to, we need to inspire them because they need to lead us and help us survive in the future. I'm particularly troubled that what NASA is doing right now with this new Bush doctrine to, for this next decade and a half, oh shoot, I screwed up. We have real specific instructions here not to talk about politics. What we are looking forward to is not only the inspiration of our children, but the current plan right now is not really even allowing the most creative people in this country, the Boeings and Lockheed space engineers, to go out and take risks and try new stuff. We're going to go back to the moon and 50 years later, and we're going to do it very specifically planned to not learn anything new. I'm really troubled by that. But anyway, that's the basis of the thing that I want to share with you today, though, is that right back to where we inspire people who will be our great leaders later. That's the theme of my next 15 minutes here. And I think that the inspiration begins when you're very young. 3-year-olds up to 12, 14-year-olds. What they look at is the most important thing. Let's take a snapshot at aviation. And there was a wonderful little short 4-year time period when marvelous things happened. Started in 1908 when the Wright brothers flew in Paris and everybody said, "Whoa, hey, I can do that." There was only a few people that had flown in early 1908. In 4 years, 39 countries had hundreds of airplanes, thousands of pilots. Airplanes was invented by natural selection. Now, you can say that intelligent design designs our airplanes of today, but there was no intelligent design really designing those early airplanes. There were probably at least 30,000 different things tried. And when they crash and kill the pilot, don't try that again. The ones that flew and landed okay because there was no trained pilots had good flying qualities by definition. So we, by making a whole bunch of attempts, thousands of attempts, in that 4-year time period, we invented the concepts of the airplanes that we fly today, and that's why they're so safe, as we gave it a lot of chance to find what's good. That has not happened at all in space flying. There's only been 2 concepts tried, 2 by the U.S. and 1 by the Russians. That has not happened at all in space flying. There's only been 2 concepts tried, 2 by the U.S. and 1 by the Russians. Well, who was inspired during that time period? Aviation Week asked me to make a list of who I thought were the movers and shakers of the first 100 years of aviation, and I wrote them down, and I found out later that every one of them was a little kid in that wonderful renaissance of aviation.